we're working on. They
Well,
want this thing to last a few years and go out and you buy a new one.
think about what they've done.
You must still be on vacation. I'll have him,
When I was a kid,
get with you.
they were shade tree mechanics.
I was one of them.
And, you know, if you had a car and you didn't have time to fool with it, some kid will wear tune it up for $20.
Back
I
in.
just said on my-
Back in, you could.
Just now.
Yeah.
Just when I walked
Put
out
in
here.
points and
All right.
condenser.
How you doing, Shane?
Hey, Merrick, how are you?
And maybe plugs. Yeah, I didn't shake your hand either.
Oh, yeah, I shake my hand. I'm just an ordinary person.
Forgot. He's gonna be
I'm
no-
no different than anybody else.
That's the way me and Shane tried to be, we're just us.
Good for sure.
Good job.
Oh, yeah. I tried. I'm trying to.
They don't have.
Gotta have it covered.
Well, this is where I said it, over there. I said on, said to his left, so I'll set over here.
You still doing any construction work?
Not much. I'm trying to completely quit.
Gets to you after a while, doesn't it?
Did you get the
Yeah.
sunshine?
Oh, a couple of years ago, I could work about 6 hours, but
So
I've
what
worked a
hand
couple
amounts
times
would
this year in about 2.5 hours. I need a rest.
That's my understanding.
Well,
Oh.
So I've-
This whole
I've-
new
Catches up with you.
about-
Yeah, well, I'm getting to the point. And there are the last few pretty good jobs I did. I thought,
You can
damn,
have
some
your
young guy
lawyer
probably needed
make
this a
the
lot
rules.
worse than me.
And then now.
I shouldn't be out here
we're-
doing this. I should be letting them do it.
Right.
You're not allowed to do that.
And
We're okay with
Good
that.
luck.
Ruth Ann and I are very fortunate.
Well, that's what
We don't
You can do it all.
need to do anything if we don't want
They
to.
cannot.
well, that's good too.
That's real good.
Yeah, that's what you work for.
I thought if I had enough to
Oh, you,
I
sir?
I'm great, how are you?
buy half a tank of gas and a cup of coffee, I thought I was rich. So it don't take much to make me feel satisfied.
Well, that's not bad either.
No, that's not. But we were very fortunate.
I was too.
Okay, well, when I get to.
Yeah.
that
Made a
point-
good living in construction, Tracy.
Yeah. Well, I made a good living and probably had enough to get by on and would have been fine, you know, with what I'd made and Social Security and stuff. Well, her brother died. He's younger than her. He died and he worked for the IRS. Hell, he had a big pension there.
Okay.
He had played the damn stock market. He was one of them day traders, I guess.
Look like one of the guys.
And just before the crash, he died about 3 months, two or 3 months before that crash.
Yeah.
Ruth Ann said, what should I do with it? I said, Ruth Ann, last time I dealt with stock, I sold it and made $500 and it turned around and split and doubled. I said, so don't ask me.
You gotta know what you're doing playing that stock market.
That's for sure.
And she got out. And the
Sold out?
next, yep, got out and put it in tax sheltered places.
Bonds and stuff, yeah.
And it went, she sold it out top dollar, the whole damn thing, and he
Yeah,
had a
good,
pile
man.
of it in there.
You did good.
Yeah, the only problem now is we gotta pay taxes on it when she has to start taking out now.
They're gonna get you one way or another. on
Oh,
that.
yeah,
Start paying taxes on tax money.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, but there's no double taxes, but you still pay double taxes.
oh, absolutely. Well,
You paid taxes earning that money, didn't you?
Like stop.
Yep. Well, put a lot of it into Prudential. Shit, we made money that I never dreamed it could be made. And then, well, guess what? When it comes out, we got to tax it.
Right.
And I asked the accountant, I said, well, how much? And, well, we was talking about like the lines and the Shriners and that, having a chunk here for them when we pass away. After giving, making grandkids. Grandkids will probably go well. And
Yeah.
he said, well, right now, what you're drawing, you can give half of it away and not pay taxes on it. Half of what we're. And, and then we decided, well, if we give them like 5,000 a year, the different entities that we was wanting to donate to,
Yeah.
and then not pay taxes on that now, and then go ahead and give it to them, because we was planning on giving them a chunk when we were gone, and giving them a small amount every year.
Oh, yeah.
Ronald Reagan man.
So, we haven't got that set up yet, but I think
Presidential
we probably
masks.
will for
No
next year,
swords.
after she sees her taxes. She has to pay this year.
Never know.
Well, when her dad had passed away, and her and I both were working, and I was making pretty good money at that time. we paid more taxes that year than her and I both made on what and he had a lot of it in her name already.
Right.
So, like I said, we've been, we was at a party or someplace, and I was bragging on how wealthy a woman I was married to and all this. And going home, she says, when we get home, we got to talk. I thought, oh, crap, what did I do now? And she says, I just want you to remember this. It's ours. It don't matter how we got it. It's ours. I said, thank you, dear. I didn't say anything.
Well said, huh?
Enough said.
I was
But yeah, I thought, okay, but yeah. They hell grew up as 10 of us on a farm, and hell, if we didn't grow it, we didn't have it.
Yeah.
Mom, she'd round up the chickens there when school started, take a few crates of them over to Hoosman's, and then go down and buy shoes and stuff.
There you go. That's what I-
And wanted any cash, had to get out and work.
the way it works.
Yeah. Hell, I didn't play sports. I liked money too much.
Yeah.
And I had a job through high school. Hell, I was one of the few boys in high school that had money back then.
I've had a job since 14 years old.
Yeah.
Never
Yeah.
quit.
About? Yeah. Probably 15. I had,
All my books, all my clothes, I went to school to run.
I did too. And matter of fact, me and my nephew, my brother-in-law, he'd take us to Cincinnati at 2 o'clock in the morning. We'd load the damn produce truck. And we'd get back to the state line. He'd say, now you guys hit the stores. I'm going to go ahead and sell. Hell, neither one of us old enough to have driver's license driving the damn trailer truck. I went to Madison and deliver produce and stuff. Good Lord. Do that with a kid now, the one they lock him up and throw the key away, endangering kids and everything else. Well, as long as we wasn't doing something stupid on the road, the police wasn't
Need her
going,
Mayor Hedrick.
you know.
You may wait for days for him.
Mindy's gonna call him. Call him.
Good.
But it was totally a different world back then.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was a good time back then, though.
Well, I look at my grandkids and going to have a great grandkid in November, and I think, did I live through the best times of this country?
You know, everybody got along a lot
No,
better.
I don't think so.
There was work. They want a job, there was a
If you
job
wanted,
somewhere.
Video
Yeah,
conferencing
I-
and see.
It might not have been the best job in the world, but it was.
I worked construction work most of my life, and you know, it wasn't.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna have to
If
look
you
at that.
didn't like who you was
I don't-
working
Yeah,
for,
we get our
Go
package-
to another.
we get our
Go to
package
another.
probably a
I
week
did
in
that several
advance
jobs.
Yeah, I
To
don't,
Yeah.
review.
right.
Quit a job.
I don't know what, I don't even know what that
If
means.
doing something I never did, I'd quit that job.
There's two
won't
things
go
on here.
around that
I
job.
mean, I can't even, it's not even
Why
clear
can't
what
you
that
do that,
means
though?
to me.
like a guy
Purpose of the
said,
meeting is to
goes
receive
work,
information
he
the board
wanted to be a
what does that have to do?
Never laid
One,
brick.
it's a
Hard on the
non sequitur.
job,
One
I'm
doesn't have to do
bricklayer.
anything to do with
Well,
the
the
other.
Booted his ass off.
I don't know
He
what
wasn't
that
getting
means,
nothing
so I'll have to
done.
look.
He went
I'll go
down,
through
he
the-
looked for another one, then after 4 or 5
I just don't,
guys, I said, I'll learn to be a bricklayer.
yeah, I don't know what it
That's the way
means.
That's how you learn,
I'll look at it. But I can't interpret it from what it says, because it doesn't mean anything to me.
And, you know, you used to, a company would come in, they'd hire the employees and train them. Now they won't train the
That one that
employees.
says that
Oh, yeah. We're running that now.
only members physically present may vote.
We're trying to work with Ivy Tech on some things.
That's not clear to me either.
Um,
I don't think that's correct, but
I
I'll
look
look.
at-
Nowadays is getting a kid to pass the drug test.
What's,
can,
what-
That's a tough deal.
can I go ahead and call the meeting to order and then we can just wait until
Oh,
Doug
go
gets here
ahead.
to take action on the things
Yeah.
that require a vote?
yeah,
He didn't answer.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and call the meeting to order and we'll go to, whatever you can give us that doesn't require a motion to pass anything.
Okay, Junior, you want to start with your report? You're first on the list, so.
Do what?
You're listed before me, so.
Okay. If you look at the 2014 report of collection tonnages, you'll notice in September, we had 105.7 total tons in the month of September. In 2014, we've done 141.5 recyclable items, one ton of HHW, which gave us a total ton of 142.5 for the month of September, and that gives a percentage of sales of 134.8%. And the actual commodities that we shipped were 105,435 pounds of cardboard, 32,160 pounds of glass, 38,269 pounds of baled tin cans, which we were able to sell to a different vendor, Buyer Steel Company, and we got $2,000 more than we could have gotten from the other vendors. So we've done real good on that. 86,928 pounds of paper mix, 2,930 pounds of tires, 12,460 pounds of electronics for non-computer, and the scrap metal was 3,980 pounds. Computers totaled 790 pounds, which gave us a total of 282,952 pounds, which recyclable items were 262,792, and the nuisance items was 20,160, which gives us a total of 141.5 tons total.
Okay.
And on the other list of HHW stuff, you notice we had 916 pounds of antifreeze, 1,120 pounds of used motor oil, which gave us 2,036 pounds, which approximately a 1 ton, which I'm about ready to send. I've already got it together and I'm getting ready to send the HHW. I think there were some questions from the public last meeting. We're going to be shipping out 5.5 tons of HHW. So the amount of stuff we took was pretty substantial. So.
Okay, any questions? Want to go ahead with the education report, Molly?
Sure. We can start on the total customers page with just a quick glance at Creation Station. I wanted to point out the customers line and the pounds for Creation Station, and that they're both, they've either exceeded or are about to exceed one of the last 2 years, and those are just the September numbers. So Creation Station is doing it. It's kind of having a banner year as far as customers coming in and the stuff that they're taking out that's not going into landfills. So the program is doing really well. Document shredding, of course, I've mentioned the last few months, is still doing really well. We haven't seen any sort of decline or anything. It's becoming more steady that we have people calling for appointments, and we do still have people who just drop in. They just show up at the door and say, I've got some stuff to shred, which usually works out okay. Costume swap started this past weekend. Again, looking at the 2013 and 2012 numbers, we had 60 people 59 people, this past weekend for the first weekend of costume swap. So we've got 2 more weekends, and we can take appointments now. So we should do really well this year. Hopefully we'll get an equal number of people this weekend. And then the last weekend is the 24th, 25th. Yes, 24th, 25th. Okay. So then on the actual education report, I wanted to point out to you that the display I told you about last month for the association conference went over really well. I had a stack of business cards out at the display, and they were all gone. So people were interested in what we brought as a district. Kind of fell apart a little bit. There's a picture of it there on the right. Since it is a big pile of waste, it didn't fare so well in traveling, but Betty and I are working on putting it back together so that it can be on display in our education room at the recycling center. Once again, the association conference was a fantastic opportunity to network with other educators and to meet new people from different districts, and to kind of see what's going on around the state. I never fail to learn something from these people who do the same thing I do. Kind of everybody does something similar, but everybody has their own way of doing certain things, and it's, we usually say to each other something along the line of, not reinventing the wheel. So I've had some people send me some programs that I've asked them for so I can see how they do things. I've sent quite a few people some of the programs that I've worked on, especially some of the adult programming that I've worked to put together, like a PowerPoint presentation for. So really that sharing of information, I think, is probably the most important thing about that presence in the state, in this position. The costume swap dates are listed on this page. There is an RSVP Halloween event. I think I mentioned that last month. I have a new volunteer person who's going to be helping me with that event. So hopefully she'll work out and will want to do. She seems really enthusiastic, so hopefully she'll work out and want to do more events, and that way can take some of the burden off some of the other people who are always helping me out with stuff. And I'm kind of asking them to do a lot. I mentioned last month that I was trying to put something together with Kroger for America Recycles Day. Last year we did a Bag Monster event with them on November 16th, but this year, November 15th, is too close to Thanksgiving to do an event with them. So I think it just has to do with maybe manager preference as far as when they can set up dates. So I want to go back to them in the spring maybe for Earth Day, and maybe we can do an event then. We did not participate in the Farmers Fair this year. The booth that we were supposed to do with Aurora fell through. It was lack of communication, I suppose to be the best way to put that. I was under the impression that we were having a booth until like the day before. So we didn't have a booth, and we also didn't have enough volunteers to do the parade. So once again, something that we can come back to next year. Putting together another new adult program for the holidays. This is something I've also wanted to do for a long time. To point out that between Thanksgiving and Christmas in the United States, we make 25% of our yearly total of waste in a month. It's an extremely wasteful time of year. We get all kinds of stuff at the recycling center that we can't do anything with around the holidays. We get tons of packaging and wrapping and plastic ribbons and things like that. So hopefully this will be a chance to at least reach some people. I think they expect about 50 people at this specific event that I'm going to first with this program in November. But once we have the program, then it'll be easier to do more in the future. That's what I've done, and that's what I'm working on.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Let's go back to the top. Any additional agenda items? Okay. Any questions about the minutes? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the September 18th, 2014 minutes.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Financial report, Mindy.
Okay, on the reconciliation report, you'll see that our general fund has $127,572.87. The total of all the funds is $272,887. We're watching them pretty closely since we have a couple months left here, so at the end of the year, like always, it'll be close.
Motion to approve as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion is second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Go ahead with the claims.
On the claims register, the total is $46,951. You're gonna see the Ileana computer for $515 and the Chrome for $789. Ileana computer is what they are gonna charge us for the computers this past month, and then the Chrome is the shipping. And then we did bill him $244, so that comes off of the $515. Does look a little bit better, but we still will have claims from now on until we rebid the HHW, or the electronics. And all other claims are normal ones.
Questions about the claims? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve the October claims?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries.
Okay, on the third quarter, budget versus actual, you'll see that we are at 68%. I did look back and see that professional services is over, so I will need to move money from the 300s into that, but there is money there to do that, so I'm not concerned about that. And all the other accounts look pretty good.
Alrighty.
If there's no questions, the 2015 requested budget, this is exactly what you've seen before. I just wanted you to see it again because we will go to county council on the 24th for adoption. And the public hearing went good too. We didn't have anything with the public hearing.
Okay. Skip down to the director's report.
Okay, Barbara asked me to present this AISWMD 2014 conference review. She went to a session and they talked about the open door and the public laws, and this is what information they talked about. What you see is pretty much what I know about it too. So, I mean, if there's any questions.
I would make a motion that we table talking about or take any action on this until the attorney has a chance to review this and give us his opinion.
I'll certainly do that. Reading it, I couldn't understand it myself, so I need to, there's some things on there that don't make sense as written, so I'll definitely look at it and report back to you next meeting.
Okay. Have a motion to table that.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
One other thing I did want to mention was, we did hear back from the insurance on the gutter claim. They will not cover anything, but I don't know where Barbara is in that. I don't know if she sent anything over to Doug or not. That's all I know.
She did send something over to me, but it's on my desk and I didn't have a chance to look at it. But, I mean, we just wanted them to, I don't think, we'll look at it, but as I think we said last month, it was just a matter of trying to squeeze some more money out of them more than anything else.
Right. Okay. Any,
That damage that was done to that was due to the fact that when Leahy built those buildings, they didn't properly build them in the first place. Then when they had, during the years, when they've had 2 sets of gutters fall off the buildings, they never were put back up properly. So now the wood's been replaced and there's wood on the outside of a lot of the buildings, so when the gutter falls off, the water and rain and snow doesn't go in the building. So that should prevent any further damage that was caused from just poor installation.
okay. Any member comment? I'm guessing there will be no public comment. Our next meeting is November 20th at 11 a.m. here at Lawrenceburg City Hall. And the budget adoption meeting is October 24th at 9 a.m. at the County Administration Building. If there's no other items to discuss, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
That sign stuff?
If you guys had any luck getting these salt?
We keep a stockpile up there.
We
Running a problem?
got
Gotta work the day before.